Hey everyone, it's Maxwell. So, I'm awake. It's close to 5 in the morning. You know, my mind cannot be asleep. But I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as somebody who is extremely driven and extremely driven because of the visions that I have, that I want to relentlessly pursue. And what I'm pointing at, you know, where this camera is focused on, this holds a lot of meaning to me. This shot right here holds an enormous amount of nostalgia and aesthetic appreciation. And I bring that up because, as insane as that sounds, something like this is really on my bucket list to record, really, to make kind of the appreciation of being up early and recording something like this, something that, you know, is meaningful and something I can use as a, you know, something to post on, you know, I have like an account where it's, you know, includes like different sorts of backgrounds, and you know, this is just kind of something on my bucket list, really. Like, a lot of my dreams stem from self-confidence that is finally coming out. After years of self-consciousness and self-sabotage and self-deprecation because of inner demons. But, and like, not really, but and because of those inner demons are finally being extinguished, really, like these visions that I have, no matter how niche that they are, no matter how insane that they are, I am gonna go I'm like full force on them. Now people are gonna, you know, find insane that I'm up just for the sake of recording this, but this is something that means a lot to me, because it is a moment in time I've always wanted to capture, and this is a moment in time that I've always wanted to capture from years past, but I was in the wrong mindset to do so. In the past, I've always wanted, and this is just really a recurring theme I'm going to be sharing about, but I've always wanted to run away from suffering. I've always wanted to run away from the inspiration that I'll inevitably receive from suffering. Because there's a lot of beauty you can actually find within darkness. And that is not to say darkness from intentional self-deprecation, but it is darkness from the righteous suffering for self-growth. And it is just, wondrous. It is just a beautiful vision to finally carry out, because I see everything as connected. Things that I tell myself, we tell ourselves, oh, I should, do this, or I shouldn't have done that. Things should be like this. Why am I obsessed with this? I should be obsessed with that. Why do I care about something from years past when it's irrelevant to, in a worldly sense, other people say, oh man, it's irrelevant. It's in the past. And this is what's fueling me to make this now, because because the strongest reasons why we do things stem from the deepest inspirations from our past. And that is the basis of any goal that we want to achieve. We have to dig deep in the past and look at that time capsule as a way to shape our reality today. And there was actually a lot of peace I found in hardships. And there's a lot of blissful aesthetic appreciation I found in that darkness, and even just admiration for people I will likely never meet too, because when you're, as a creative, your mind goes to, your mind has such a deep appreciation for things that other people will call you weird, crazy, delusional. They'll obviously they won't be saying that, but they'll be thinking that. But you just can't stop. You just keep going because you want to understand and you're driven to understand. And that is kind of the purpose of what I'm recording right now. This is like a moment in time. This is like a progress in the goals I want to achieve. Like this moment right now, this time that I'm recording this perspective I'm recording this is giving me moments. This is like a moment in a way I've always wanted to capture, but I've always held myself back from doing it because I thought, Maxwell, what's the point? It's just, Maxwell, you're really just taking a video of a dark sky early in the morning. What's the entire point? It can't be understood by most people. That's the thing. I'm not here to pander to most people. I'm here to share what God has on my hyper creative psyche and hyper inspirational psyche and hyper socially connected psyche. And I think a lot of people could say that I gotta slow down. They could say all that. I gotta slow down, I gotta make sense, I gotta kind of calm down with these visions, but I won't, because I know at some point I will kind of, what I'm recording right now, this is like, I would say this is like 0.5% or 1% progress of all the creative, visions and aesthetics I want to achieve. Like this is a moment right here. This is like a bucket list that has been achieved, and I'm grateful that I've done this, because it's kind of, that feeling. It's like it's called, this is where it's anemoia. I've experienced this a lot growing up, especially in the digital age we live in, where it's like nostalgia you've never known. And this is kind of what I'm experiencing right now. This is like, it's like the nostalgia of events I've never experienced, but at the same time feel completely fulfilled with, because I'm taking action and accomplishing the goal and the memory. I think a lot of times as creators, what we're doing is we want to capture memories, and we want to capture visions, and we want to capture events that remind us of times that this is kind of a niche, but we never lived through, but at the same time we're still satisfied with. Like I don't know, there's something about what I'm doing right now kind of makes me feel a lot of love and appreciation for people that I've met, I don't see, or and as well as like ones I don't see anymore, but at the same time, people I've never met, but I have a huge level of respect and love and admiration for, because I see that spark in them. I see what they've created and how they presented themselves, and it is a super inspiring and fulfilling feeling. Makes me feel that what you appreciate, like the more that you muster and what you appreciate, the more you tell yourself, I have absolutely no regrets in life.